I am here with an arena game. We're still playing the Fjords season with landscapes. I have been on a pretty poor run, and we're picking to the third seat in a game with all the scoring past tiles and mermaids and halflings already in, with late towns and late dwellings. Um, it's actually a pretty good Darklings track, but I'm not going to go that route. Picking them into the sandwich just doesn't feel great. Let's go with engineers. Engineers are a good, resilient faction. They're very happy with the spade or the big building tile, and they're happy with the temple event here and um, earth rewards. So um, looks like we have a fan of the stream in our game, so that's exciting. Um, um, okay, so let's take a look here. Engineers should get either the spade or the big building tile. Um, the first two seats are really good here. I think that halflings or mermaids will probably take this guy, and the other one will take the coin tile. It's not clear what coin tile actually, just from like a basic glance at it. Okay, we have fakirs. So fakirs will, well, it's not clear if fakirs first. So, okay. What's going down around one? One of these two guys, engineers, open double temple. Um, are nice because of the. I think that the past tiles have coins on them. There's no color neighbor. There's watercolor mid game, and with this coin bump, it's possible that you are just pretty happy. Um, I think that this bidding on mermaids suggests that they're coming after F3 in round one. Engineers, if they get F3, they're really happy. But if they don't, then engineers might just be starting on D1 to avoid getting boxed in here. It is pretty crappy if engineers can't connect, given that obviously they're one of the highest network factions in general. If we start here, it's a lower leech game for us as Engies. You're going to have fakirs here, mermaids here as basically your only neighbors here. Mermaids over fakirs, over Engies, over halflings. I think engineers aren't that bad. Engineers don't have a color neighbor, and yeah, halflings will advance their digs, but Engies can come out like over here. If they start on D1, then these hexes should generally be free. If they beat mermaids to C2, then they're getting another town here. They're getting a town through here, and maybe they get this town as well, depending on how fast. I don't know. I'm gonna try engineers here. I have not been very good. I've also underestimated mermaids on fjords a lot. I think they're not like the strongest faction on fjords, but they're pretty resilient. Um, like especially from the first seat, if halflings I mean, the question is for halflings, right? Are you taking that double spade or not? If you are taking that double spade, then mermaids. I just feel like mermaids, you really want that double spade early in the game, right? Am I wrong? But I think I would just start here and here, and then open with a double temple, and then either I have the spade in hand, and then I can just take a worker's action and dig down a dwelling, or I have the this thing in hand, and then I take a coins action, and maybe I get a spade or whatever. But next round, I can hit a double spade in the spade round. Like it seems quite good. Um, Fakirs probably I constantly underbid Fakirs here, and like the one time that I wound up on Fakirs, I wound up just like dominating the game. So it is possible I'm supposed to bid a little more aggressively on Fakirs, as you're saying. Um, but yeah, as you're saying, like I think that this is a good mermaids track. Actually, this is quite a good mermaids track, right? Because these like you can get some good shipping going in this round, and then you should be able to hit lots of TPs in these rounds, just like through here, through here, uh, and then you can set yourself up for two towns in the town round. I do, I do like what mermaids have to offer, and it is very arguable that they're better than NGs here. Just and they are going to get on this B1 hex, whether it's through C2, like I was saying, if you beat engineers to C2, or if it's through A2. Either of those results in a town, or like not necessarily a town, but like getting onto these hexes here. All right, if we are playing halflings, if we're halflings, do we want this guy or do we want this guy? The double spade for halflings gets you H3. However, if fakirs are probably starting on H5, aren't they? Yeah, fakirs probably start H5 instead of. Generally, F4 seems like a generically better hex to me, but all right, let's think through the fakirs game plan here. Or actually, F it. I'm not going on halflings just yet, so um, I think you really want to hop over here early, because otherwise you risk halflings digging up through here, right? Uh, these hexes are probably better for halflings to dig up through compared to coming out west here if gray is not in the game. Gray is like a very nice neighbor for halflings over here. Yeah, you're thinking these two hexes. That's also what I'm thinking. By the way, let me know if the stream is really choppy. I'm trying a higher resolution at the request of some people who have complained about the stream quality, but it's not obvious to me that my hardware is actually able to handle it. Like Twitch seems to think that this is higher than my actual optimal quality. Okay, it's smooth so far. All right, we'll try continuing at this one. I stream on one other computer, which might also struggle with different settings, but yeah, fakirs with a spade in hand just can't be that bad, I think. Especially, like, no one should fight that hard for the priest in round one, so we might be able to just dig h6, grab the priest, and fly to f4. Um, f4 is obviously important because it gives us this, but we just don't want to lose this single hex either, and mermaids are likely to start here. I just like I know I've played a lot of arena like a relative a lot of arenas this season, but I still don't understand like the stable configurations that well here yet. I also am not entirely sure about where your town goes. I think that there's a chance that you're supposed to double dig this gray hex here and make a 3 hex town here. The other alternative, I guess, is to make a 3 hex town through these hexes, but the round where engineers take d4, they're probably taking the double dig. So if you get up to c6, then you're probably not getting a neighbor on this hex. Because engineers, if you take this hex, engineers have no incentive to go here. I guess the alternative is that you can go through these hexes over here. Not sure which one is best yet. The color wheel situation is worse than you initially thought for fakirs. I don't think it's that bad. Like, you just need 3 hexes. You only need 3 hexes together, and you just need a dig, right? The problem is that you're like, this is going to be awkward because you don't start with a neighbor here. You like, a classic thing to do is fly here on round 2 as fakirs, then dig through here. I'm right that they're third. Yeah, I'm not convinced about them here. I don't know if we're taking. I guess the high scoring game is also not as great for fakirs, but the last round dwellings, especially if halflings just haven't like wrecked your shit entirely, is probably going to be pretty good. Okay. Getting pushed a little bit off of fakirs. I think that they still have to be better than halflings. I think that there is a halflings game plan in here, and it probably involves like Earth 1, Earth 2, similar to NG's, but I'm just not sure if I'm there yet. I think that fakirs are going to be pretty solid. Like, final round flights plus having this spade is pretty good, but I guess I also haven't really decided if I'm doing the double temple or if I'm going for the spade here yet. I think that I've kind of convinced myself to take the spade as fakirs. So NGs, you open double temple and you try to hope to like, you should basically get these hexes, right? Like, I guess fakirs could dig this hex and then double dig this, and then you're really effed as engineers, but I just don't see that being that appealing for fakirs. If you can get workers, yeah, I'm not counting on that, but I guess you're right. Like, that is, I mean, I was thinking about that as well. However, I kind of like the idea of trying to fly here, but I guess that depends on halflings like actually digging this hex. If halflings don't dig this hex, then you look really dumb for flying here, like by buying a priest in round 1, right? Maybe you just greed this hex, and if halflings try to dig up through here, then you just fly over here instead, and yeah, that's probably right. Yeah, I don't think that is actually correct for halflings to dig this hex unless it's with a single spade. But then like, it still takes a lot of digs to get out of here, but maybe it's worth it because no one's really incentivized to take e5 in that case. I think I might put one more on fakirs, and then I would be willing to try halflings. I think like, I'm trying to figure out the cult game right now. I think that mermaids likely have the best cult game, and I think that mermaids might just be better than like I'm giving them credit for. Like, they probably should just be bid down even more here. Engineers probably try to win the earth cult. Mermaids just win the water cult. And then it's like a matter of who has more priests to send to cults, and I think that might be mermaids. Like, who else is even getting this water spade, right? Like, these color rewards aren't that strong. These round 2 coins, without like a faction like cultists in the game, like maybe someone gets like 6 coins or so out of it. Like, engineers might get the first priest to earth plus earth 1, earth 2. They might get 6 coins out of it, and that's like a reason to like NGs, but it's not everything. Yeah, mermaids honestly have like the least awkwardness going for them, right? They can just take this hex early. They start here. They're gonna have two neighbor, or they'll dig this hex early. They'll have a neighbor, either engineers here or engineers here. There's no way that one dig. They'll get okay leech. All right. This is the last one. Then I think that I'm willing to just try halflings and see what happens. For halflings, we're probably taking this, and then we're gonna pass first, likely. Like, there's a pretty reasonable chance that we wind up passing first. Maybe digging G5 is just kind of worth it because it gets you leech. But you only need one spade for that. You're just really kind of waiting to take this double spade as mermaids. Either you get it round 1 or you get it round 2. No one else should take air 2. Like, you're going to want air 2 as fakirs, and you're probably going to get, well, engineers essentially have air 2, so they're going to use a lot of your double spades as well. So what do we do as halflings here? We take earth 2. We try to get this C4 hex. So what, we play like a shipping game? We try to get to 2 ship by this round and hit this tile. Fakirs don't need G7. They can just dig H6. You maybe try to town through these hexes if you can beat fakirs to I7. Seems sketch. Seems real sketch. Your town spaces, yeah, like you have one clear town over here in the west, but then you have to fight pretty hard to get your other town. I still like fakirs over them, actually. And then this is the last one. Then I will try. Okay, fine. So is it Earth 1, Earth 2? That's one of the questions as well. Or is it Earth 1, Air 2? Or could it be Earth 1, Earth 2? This hex is actually underrated good, so I'm like I wasn't even thinking about that, but that's actually quite good for us. NG's likely start D1 here. That's what I would do. Starting, yeah, it is D1. I think it's a fair auction. I don't think anyone got like a steal here. I might have overpaid a little for fakirs relative to NGs and mermaids, but I didn't want to bid them too close to halflings. Halflings are good because like halflings could be the cult faction here, right? If they do manage to open double temple, which if they snag the workers first, as you know, they certainly can. Yeah, I think it is this. Getting the landscape down early is good. I don't know. That one's gonna make me think about it for some time because there's definitely a case to be made that that was supposed to be the 2 workers. Mermaids also start here, which is not what I expected. So it looks like I'm going to be upgrading here, which is definitely a case for trying for the town through these hexes. Halflings predictably are in the struggle of deciding whether to take a coins tile or to take the double spade. I think the double spade makes sense. You can try to have a fast round and then pass on to a coins tile. You can grab these 2 guys and then pass on to a coins tile. However, if they just take a coin tile, then they can secure the worker's action with their first move, which is always strong, and then just start going to town after that. There's a very small thought here, which is that maybe I want to take Earth 1 only. Like, obviously as fakirs, you very often prefer to go Earth 1 and then Earth 2 or Air 2. However, wow, this I didn't expect. I didn't expect the 6 coins. I would have taken the 4 coins on the cult step or the double dig, but anyway, this is nice for mermaids. They'll get this hex now. Yeah, it's quite nice for merms. Halflings should probably upgrade. Well, I think that this has a high chance of turning into a town. If I don't beat them to G7, then we'll see. Cult coins is pretty much always considered better than 6 coins in round 1. I don't necessarily agree with that. So sometimes you want to pass first, right? Like, it depends on what, like, tempo, right? A lot of the time you might want to pass first. And yeah, I'm not going to be able to open double temple here. So I think we should just upgrade here. This will incentivize halflings to upgrade next to us here as well. Nice. I am going to get enough leech that I could double temple even without. Even without the 2 workers action. However, I think I'm just going to prioritize Earth 1 here and be a chump. Halfling should upgrade here next. And then yep, so there's that upgrade. So all the Earth 1s got taken. So I do have enough leech to just go for this temple. That'll leave me completely leech starved in round 2. That's the disadvantage. The priest did go. The priest went to engineers. Okay. So they're going to get the first priest to Earth. That's lots of coins. Love that for NGs. They are going to upgrade up here next. So this will use up basically all my power. I put down my landscape and it probably goes here, I think. Is that really worth it? Like I could dig down my landscape and then I'm passing first, right? I'm almost always passing first, and then I just get double spade next round. So if I just dig this down and then pass first, double spade, and get these 2 hexes, that's just not as good as getting a second temple, I think. I'm gonna make the possibly misguided read that this is better. Actually, one hilarious thing is, assuming that halflings do temple here, which, I mean, I don't really see why they wouldn't, I am going to be offered double spade next round anyway. So then the question becomes, what hexes am I spading? I think there's a good case to spade this guy. Engineers will give 2 leech to mermaids. That's not enough to double spade. They'll likely prefer coins or a priest to a cult anyway. Actually, I guess halflings will get double dig because now they can pass. Yeah, halflings can pass, and they will get double dig. That's fine. I don't need double dig. Drop the landscape here. Is that the right spot for the landscape? I think it is. The other alternative was here, and this is a little more leech from engineers, but I don't really want to go for this town involving fire 2. Maybe I could go for both towns. Yeah, maybe this hex is worth taking to try to get 2 towns over here. And maybe I could bridge here. We'll see. This could be a 4 hex town, right? And then this could be a 3 hex town. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more digs. It's a lot of digs. It's also the case that at the moment, I'm very resource starved. Yeah, so I think that mermaids, if I'm mermaids, maybe I just advance ship here and take these 2. I'm not sure what they'll do. But I do really like this position for mermaids. That's why they paid so many victory points, I guess. I think this is fine for halflings too. I would think that they want these 2 guys here. I don't think that this hex is that good for them. And if they think that it's that good for them, then I probably just go for like a town through these guys and then a town here. And then I will need fire too. I think I want the single spade next round. I think I want the single spade to here and then to fly to here. And then between those 2, I will have lots of flights available to me. So that means that I want some workers. It might be dumb to give engineers this much. Well, I mean, they're taking the spade anyway. They're not taking the... Yeah, never mind. They're not taking the 6 coins anyway, so I think we're fine. If I'm mermaids, I might just take the coins here. I think taking the coins, advancing ship, and building 2 dwellings is perfectly fine. Then next round they can worry about maybe getting this. I don't know. They're going to need lots of coins this game. Taking coins can't be wrong. Halflings will double dig this hex most likely. They have nowhere else to put their second dig. This would be blue. This would be red. This would be... I guess they could dig this hex and this hex. That seems pretty bad in comparison. Oh, mermaids take the single dig. That's not what I wanted to see happen. Okay. Yeah, that's the opposite of what I wanted to see happen. It's the worst case scenario for us. Now they can put priest to water. And then pass on to the 6 coins, I assume. It's a good move, though. And this is also really good for halflings that it went down this way. Unfortunate for me. This is about as badly as it could have gone for me. Does that make sense? Was I supposed to send a priest to a cult first? Yeah, I'm the only person this round who didn't get to dig at all. That's not good. I guess we'll probably just toss a priest onto the air cult. And then pass. Everyone else should want to do other stuff, I think. When we pass, I think we're taking this. I guess we could put the priest onto water. Oh, never mind. NG's beat me to this hex. Maybe I can beat them here. We'll see. Halflings might put priest to air. In that case, I'll just go priest to fire. It'll still help me with the win. I want fire too anyway. I guess there's an argument that it's dumb to put my priest to a cult. I should just pass and assure myself that double dig, but I think we can get a little greedy here. Yeah, I'm getting the double dig anyway. Engineers are never passing without using a spade. The question is, do I get onto this pass tile, which is by far the best one? Yeah, unfortunately, well, okay, so engineers, the good case for engineers is that they're planning to advance ship and then build like these guys over here, or even these 2 hexes up here. The bad news scenario for engineers is that they're going to dig over here and take away this hex. Well, I don't know. I mean, is this even a good town? Maybe 3 digs is probably just... This is still 3 digs. I'm probably supposed to just like dig this and then try to dig this. Am I getting leech? No, I'm not getting leech. Like, I guess mermaids could build 1 TP, but it doesn't seem particularly necessary for them. I don't think they need to free up anything just yet. All right, so I think our plan is we dig D3, C7. We put a dwelling here, and we leave this guy open. We fly. Oh, but then we build 1 fewer dwelling. God, that was a bad call. It's probably fine, right? Okay, so next round halflings are going to go on their shipping spree. I could cut them off down here, but that doesn't really seem necessary. I guess it makes them hard to make a town down here, but probably just more interested in my own towns. Yeah, so the question is, where is my second spade going? If I spade here, I mean, I guess I could turn this guy red, right? Do halflings just blow through that? They can't blow through it yet. Well, they could. They could single dig and hard dig this guy. That would not be like a terrible move for them. But I could turn this guy red. That might be the right play. Can I afford to leave this guy yellow? I think that I can't because this is too good of a town for halflings if this is yellow. Yeah, I think I just have to suck it up that one of these spades is not going to be ideal. But I can just use a second priest. Like, it's not the end of the world to fly with this, like, to do a second flight. That's kind of redundant as fakirs. I'll only be able to build 3 dwellings in the dwelling round, but that's not the end of the world. Starting to run out of coins, but I might be able to have the fastest round here. Pass on to the spade, open with the coins action. That would be pretty sick. I think I'm supposed to prefer this hex rather than this hex. This is just better. If I can do it without a sanctuary, that's better. Because this town is over here waiting for me. I think engineers are much more incentivized to dig up through here rather than to come through here. And I can still try to beat them to d6 anyway. What's not worth it for me is probably buying a priest and coming to a8 this round. It's 2 extra points for me in a dwellings round, and it's 1 extra worker, but it costs me a lot. Oh, never mind. The priest went. Myoblast bought the priest, wants to advance ship and still get priest to water. That makes sense. Myoblast will probably hard dig, build a dwelling. There's a lot of 1 dig for 2 hexes here for blue. Like here, here, and here. But there's only enough workers to do 1 of them. So I'm curious to see what mermaids decide to do here. Oops. Halflings are going on their shipping spree. Engineers quickly set up another town. Makes plenty of sense. Just gonna fly, collect my points. Could mermaids go to 3 ship? That doesn't get them anything without digging. Yeah, they do put priest to water. They'll advance ship and now build 3 dwellings. So advanced ship 34, 3 dwellings, 44, pass 50. Looks very strong for mermaids. There's a small question of should I be prioritizing water 1 next round? The answer to that should basically be always no, sadly, I think. I don't think I can afford to go for water 1 here. Because I'll need fire 2 anyway later. I should probably just build TPs in the TP round. The question is, do I want this guy or do I want this? And the answer is, I think I want the spade. I don't think I have the econ to be just passing for only points currently. It does feel bad that I pass onto this guy too early. I pass onto this for the worker, and I've just got a couple extra workers now. So that's not ideal. Also awkward for me is that halflings are actually... I'm actually losing a lot of yellow hexes here. I think that I'm probably locked out of all the western yellows now. Because this will go, and then I have no way to reach this. That is the first leech I've gotten in a very long time. Wow, okay. I've basically fallen asleep because of how long it took for it to get back to my turn this time. But, all right. Is it the spade, or is it this? All right, intrusive thought. I sanctuary for water 1. And then I make 2 more TPs. I grab the... No. That's just not right. It's just not right. I think I'm supposed to take this hex and then make 2 TPs or something like that. But either way, I think the spade is better. Okay. I think mermaids maybe should put some emphasis on connection. There is a world where they get cut by halflings. Now, I don't think that it's smart for halflings to do that. It would be very expensive to do that. Halflings will get 1, 2 more hexes this round. Yeah, it's a very nice halflings game. Unfortunately. It looks like they're also going to beat me to these yellows. Wow, okay. So this fakirs game has actually gone disastrously. This halflings game has been very aggressive at cutting me off. And like they're like highly incentivized to take these yellows too, because this is a great town spot for halflings as well. Fuck, man, I fucked this up. I probably just gotta focus on digging then. Bulky Buzzard, what is up? Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while. To be fair, I haven't played that much in a while either. Or I haven't played a lot of real-time arena in like the last few weeks, and it is going terribly. My elo has been plummeting, like in free fall recently. Yeah, I can't get like a good handle of when how much I'm supposed to prioritize spades, prioritize hexes, prioritize power actions. Everything has been going really poorly for me in my turn-based games and my real-time games. So, like this game, I drastically overestimated fakirs. Like, look at how halflings are just crushing me here with their shipping. Last two games before your break brought you down below 500 ELO. Yeah, it's. I mean, like the thing is, it's not obvious like where I'm being dumb either to me. I think that it's only in hindsight that I'm like, oh my god, I fucked up here and there, and but like in the moment, a lot of the time it's not clear. So now we're gonna lose water one. Can we afford water one? Should we actually think about this? Can we maybe afford water one here? If we take water one, it's probably I probably have to give up on one of these two towns. So which one will that be? I think that this town makes a lot of sense to make. So I could sanctuary here. And then if halflings or mermaids take this hex, then I just go for this hex instead. Like I've built so few structures. This is insane. Engineers have the same number of, well, engineers actually have a similar footprint to me, so that makes me feel slightly better. But engineers have no color neighbor and they're gonna explode later. Halflings have, yeah, they're just gonna keep building stuff. That's and they have a much stronger economy. Mermaids built all their dwellings. Like, it is a TP round, but am I building TPs here? Like, I need Fire 2 to make this? No. Okay, yeah. Because I need Fire 2, I think Water 1 is wrong. I think that's the real story here. Because I need Fire 2, Water 1 has to be wrong. So I think that it's TP here, fly here, TP here, and then I aim for a town through these 4 hexes, and a town through. If I get this guy, then that's a town. Otherwise, I take this, and that's a town. Okay, halflings just secure water 1 here, and they can do that because they have economy. There's a case to be made that also I was wrong to even double temple, right? Like if I just settled for 1 temple and just passed early for double spade or something next round, and then made my 2nd temple later, but I don't know. This is what happens when you take Earth 1 in round 1. Like, no, Bulky, I will say I actually did get a lot of leech in the early game. Like, this was incredible for me in the early game. And admittedly, I'm getting leech now, but then I got no leech for round 2, and then round 3 I got some leech, but it was all after I already passed. But yeah, I think I'm supposed to just take coins. Am I? One last thought. What if I dig down this hex? Then I dig this. Then I fly here. Then I take this. So then I've used up 2 coins so far. And then I just make 2 TPs. That'll use 7 workers. Yeah, that uses 7 workers and a grand total of 7 coins. I should be able to get the leech for 7 coins total. Because this will bring me down to 3. Fly, fly. And then 1 TP is... Yeah, I'm not going to be making that many TPs this round anyway. This gives me a chance to make 2 TPs, maybe. But it's more important to lock up town space this round. Oh, actually, I have the coins to do this with power. So yeah, I don't love what I'm doing here, but I am doing a thing. I'm trying something. I think mermaids have to take the coins here. They don't need to worry about, like, they can take water 1 when it comes back. Or honestly just skip water 1. It's not that important. But I would probably take coins, then temple water 1, then make 2 TPs if I were mermaids. They may greed a cult bump here to not burn down their power, but that seems very, very misguided. Actually, mermaids probably don't really need water 1 here. Who needs double dig when you're producing so many workers? Yeah. You're talking about mermaids. I was like, I need double dig. I'm producing garbage workers, but yeah, mermaids already built all their dwellings. They have no real need for double dig anymore. Halflings might just go for the 2-key town this round, but I think that they have a case for just going here. Mermaids probably don't want this. Okay. Let's do this. Here we're just trying to get out all of our obligations right now. Our obligations are to use our priests and stuff, so. NG's advanced shipping. Okay, they have grays in the west to build. Okay, it's still fine. As long as they're not digging through these, I'm okay with whatever NGs do here. They're our friends as long as they don't do that. Okay, so small, slightly important question here. Are we sure we don't want... Oh, no. Okay. The slightly important question is, where do we actually want... Like, how are we making our town next round? Are we making it with Fire 2 next round? Because I think that there's a world where we don't need Fire 2 to make this town happen. And okay, first question, I guess, is can we make 2 towns happen next round? The second question is it worth it to try to make 2 towns happen next round? I think the answer is yes, we can force out a town, 2 towns next round. We can sanctuary, like if we make our 2 TPs here, then the downside is that we'll only have 6 workers next round, but we can sanctuary here for fire 2, take a workers town, and then hard dig down this guy, and then take the flight town. Does that seem worth it? I think that fire 2 is worth it because I don't know that NGs will give me this neighbor, which means that I'll only have 2 neighbors in this town. So fire 2 in that sense is worth it. It also is worth 5 points to get an extra town in the town round. What are halflings up to? Have they advanced digs? They haven't advanced digs. Mermaids have made 1 TP. They've made 2 TPs. Yep, they're not going for water 1. That also makes sense. I think NGs are supposed to. Wow, well, NGs are also not going for water 1 because they have lots of power, so they're incentivized to take water 1. I think. Do we need to make TPs? You start to ask yourself all sorts of crazy questions, you know? I think, yes, we do need to make TPs. We need 2 TPs here and a dwelling here, and then, but then we're like really out of flights. I think that we would love to fly here and then take this hex. Halflings have to give this leech to mermaids. They can't just like not give this leech forever. You think that temple might be better than sanctuary? Yeah, temple. That's an interesting point. That temple might be better than sanctuary, right? It's still a similar number of workers. I still need a TP here, but can I afford to take the dwellings tile instead of making this? What am I asking here? Can I afford to make the dwellings tile when what I really want is coins? So if I do make this TP here, which I want to do because of the track and because of town tempo, I will not have a lot of coins heading into that round. But I think that I also just need to pass for some points. Like my points, fakirs, like you're not going to get a lot of endgame points. I'm certainly not looking at many endgame points this game. If I don't have town points, then I really don't have much of anything. Or if I don't have passing points in addition to that, and I'm not flying in the final round, then I'm really, really in trouble. Mermaids deciding where to put their last TP. Bulky, you say the fire track is loosely contested, so the 2 steps might matter. Yes, the 2 steps definitely matter. Am I worried about losing both? Am I thinking that I'm losing both the south and the west to halflings? Yes, I do, and that's basically why I'm so screwed. I think it's very likely I'm losing both the south and the west to halflings because this is their connection hex, right? Halflings actually need this hex to connect. So this is gone, and then that takes away this yellow as well. I've already lost this hex because I lost C4, and this red hex. And then this is where, like, halflings, if they didn't put their sanctuary here, then they could have gone for a town through these hexes. However, they did put the sanctuary there, which means now this hex, they have no real reason. So I think that these two hexes are dead, this hex is dead, and it's very likely that these hexes are dead as well, because halflings, I think, are very strongly incentivized to make another town this game, and the other town can only really go here. So this hex will be gone. Now, there's a chance that I can dig for these two hexes, but then that leaves 1, 2, 3, 4 more hexes for me to build this game, which is not a lot of hexes. That would put me at 4 structures left on my board. I think that all my opponents should pretty easily clear that. Small chance that halflings don't, admittedly. Why is this taking so long? I feel like I often say this, but I feel like decisions here are fairly simple. You think I beat Halfling's network? Admittedly, no, Halflings, it's a final round dwellings, right? I think that Halflings have Earth 2. I think that it might be a mistake for Halflings not to just take the 2-key town now, but we'll see. Hey, should I take the 2-key town, guys? I was talking about taking a workers town so I can get this second town, but no, 2-key can't be worth it. Like these 2 cults get me nothing. I probably lose fire anyway. So really it's just trying to win air. That can't be worth it. But can this be worth it? It's 4 coins. I mean, Sanctuary Fire 2 will get me some stuff. I think that I'm just going to do this and we'll see. This just bought me a coins action. Gonna keep that in mind. And engineers indeed are not going to be taking water 1, right? So, oh, they already took water 1. Oh, that was here. I got it. I am kind of annoyed that everyone is choosing to give me leech last, right? It's kind of annoying that it went down that way. I got a grand total of 2 leech this round, 1 here and 1 here before I passed. Mermaids built TPs here. Yeah, they are going to go for this town here. That's like a very small reason for me to target this hex, but I think that they can recover from that pretty well. Like if this did turn into 3 town fakirs, that would be pretty fun, right? If I got C5 and then took this, this, and this. But I don't have the power to double spade, so that puts a big damper on that. Oh, halflings can still make this town through here. So they don't need this yellow to make a town through here. They might want to make a town through there, but yeah, actually halflings made too many TPs this round. They should have made 2 TPs that round. 3 TPs might be pretty rough on their network. Hoping that it's rough on their network. And now I am offered the power to double dig. I am technically able to double dig this hex now. It's probably not actually good. Double dig is probably better saved for like this hex or something. 3 towns for fakirs on the table. Yeah, you know it. And maybe this town is better. This hex is better, right? This hex might be better than this hex. This might blow up halfling. No, I think that this hex is better because it's more disruptive. No, mermaids don't give a shit. Mermaids can just put a landscape here, and they can also make a sanctuary town as well. I don't know, but it's actually pretty interesting right now. E5 and D6. Well, I mean, I was thinking this hex. You're talking about this hex here. I don't need this hex, right? I really don't need this hex. But I do need digs. Like, I'm almost not really considering taking a coins action here because like I really don't know if I have like much use for coins, which sounds insane, but okay. I think that yeah, I think that I actually do like E5 now because this saves me from having to make an upgrade here, right? Yeah, we'll just take digs. And digs are what we want. Ooh. Should I? Should I do this? No, I don't think I'm supposed to. This is actually a pretty quality leech for me. Um, Mad lad, yeah. But I actually do think that halflings need digs. They don't have workers. They haven't advanced their digs, they don't have workers. I think that I'm supposed to take digs here. Um, Mermaids obviously don't need digs very much, but I think that taking like I actually think that taking this hex is pretty good. And then there's a world where mermaids don't take that because they do want to like town through here. They've already made a lot of their TPs, so like it'll be pretty awkward. Well, they might want a dwelling spot there, but um, yeah, this enables me to temple instead. E5 and fly. No, I'm not flying. I'm just gonna dig this because I want to make 2 towns this round. And I have lots of dwellings left on my board. The only very small risk is that I get fire 2 block, but I don't think engineers are particularly incentivized to fire 2 block. I think that they would rather just have air 1, like, and also to first action fire 2 is very aggressive. That said, and halflings definitely don't need fire 2, right? Halflings taking fire 2 would just be a jerk, and they take a power spade. So I am very happy. I actually am very happy that I did what I did there. Okay, so I think that we actually maybe just take a coin town. Um, coin town's not as good as worker town, but ooh, I can lock up air cult here. Yeah, because mermaids can just grab 2 8-pointers, so passing first is not too bad here. Not the flight town. Well, I mean, I'm taking a flight town and a coin town, right? I think that's what's happening here, or at least that's my plan. Because if I make a temple for fire 2 and then I don't take the coin town, then I can't really build this dwelling, and that's awkward. Um, oh yeah. I'm taking the coin town first. I'm trying to consider if there's another town that I can take instead of the coin town, but I think that the coin town is fine. I mean, I would take the 2-key town here as mermaids. It just seems good. Yeah, that is what they wind up taking. It's just so, it was just so much power for them. Water one is still there, but I think that I'm more interested in this right now. I guess there's the case that I could have just built the TP. No, TP is worse. TP is worse. Here comes an 8-pointer for halflings. I think that priest to air makes a fair amount of sense here. As long as halflings don't take a range town, that would be annoying. Mermaids are not forming another town, so I think I'm safe to send priest to air. Basically, like what I'm scared of here is like 2 range towns going away. I'm not scared of losing this hex because halflings don't really have any incentive to take just this yellow. They take a workers town, so they might start advancing digs here. They need to use up some priests, and using them to advance digs seems good. We get a huge amount of leech, and I will take it very quickly because leech is good in Terra Mystica. It's not escaping my view, by the way, that there is a town sitting here still. Oh shit, mermaids went before me. Okay. All right, we'll just be good. We'll take this. Halfling's second town actually is here, right? It's actually not down here. Especially once I lock up this hex, but, you know. Okay, I think I'm sending priest to fire. What did halflings do? Halflings bought workers. What? Okay, they're still overproducing. Okay. NGs are overproducing. Man, engineers are killing this game. They have won this game by millions of miles. They're going to stronghold and sanctuary and TP all this round. So the sanctuary will be air 1. Then the strongholds. They can just grab this hex later if they're allowed to. If they don't get this town, it's okay as well. They can get this town here. Mermaids going for their second town. I mean, mermaids have the best cult games, as we predicted, so that's going to be a big boon to them as well. We're just going to lock up this hex this round. And we'll put a priest to the fire track. We just have priests to spare right now, so... both the 8-pointers are still left. What did... Yeah, they took a workers town. I mean, I guess it's good, right? Like, the last round is a dwellings round, so obviously, like, having workers, having stuff lets you build out more stuff, but halflings have a lot of points, and they have decent cults as well. Probably goes priest to fire, then halflings put priest to fire, then mermaids put priest to fire. So this priest to fire doesn't do me too much, but it does cycle my power. The other thing I can do here is I can just make a TP. The TP is good because, like, I can convert this to a worker and then make a TP. And I think that that's fine. It's just perfectly fine. If I'm NGs, I'm... they might just go for fire too, but I think that's stronghold for a worker town. And then sanctuary for... yeah, I think stronghold sanctuary TP is better than this fire 2, which I think that this is fire 2. Okay, priest of fire definitely becomes a lot more appealing now. Yeah, okay. Yep, okay. So we are doing priest of fire then. There's just too much competition here right now to not do it. And next round, maybe we take fire 3. I am very seriously looking at 3-town fakirs now, by the way. As silly as it seems. I think we're going priest, and then we're going to... and then we're going to try to build this TP. I think mermaids here take the priest town and then... oh wait, engineers can put this priest... fuck. That's not good. Yeah, we do want to build this TP, and we'll put it here. And then we'll pass on to either the coins or the spade. Am I outstalling anyone here? Probably not. I also think that making a TP with these resources is just wrong, so... next round I can actually sanctuary for fire 3 or water 1, right? I can sanctuary fire 3 next. Ooh, this is nice. Mermaids are going to try to get this guy and then this for a town next round. They take a ship town. Fair enough. We're looking at 2 flights next round, pretty likely. And then maybe we can angle for a 3rd flight here with this spade. So the question is, could I actually be serious about taking a double dig? think realistically we shouldn't worry about double digging and making a third town. But I mean, there's such good towns left. But if I make this TP, then I won't get that town anyway. The problem is that if I don't make this TP, then I won't get the chance to make this town, because someone else will, like, if I make this, don't make this TP, then I won't be able to put down a dwelling when I double dig. However, if I make this TP, then I won't have the power to double dig. The question is, will I get the leech? And I'm not sure that anyone's giving me any more leech this round. Or, yeah, I just really don't see where I'm going to get leech anymore this round. I'll be at 3 power here and then 5 power. Oh no, I'll have just enough. I'll have just enough. Let's do this. You know, like, what are we doing here if we're not trying to mix it up a little bit? Everyone's at so many points. But especially engineers. Oh wow, engies are topping 3 cults? I thought mermaids were in the best cult position, but looks like they kind of lost that. I'm gonna decline this, I think. Actually, F it. I'm just going to take the leech. Worse than, well, that was like 2 victory points for 1 coin. So I am only going to do this. Just going to announce to everyone that I am indeed going for double dig next round. We'll take either this hex or this hex. There's no way that one of them won't be available to me. Take that, then maybe we'll sanctuary for water 1, who knows. But probably more likely it'll be fire 3. Mermaids, not incentivized to go for water 1. Air 1 is more points for them, and it contests a more important cult for them. They'll put their spade on A2, I think. So these will be the 2 hexes that they get to build next round. Everyone else incentivized to build as much stuff as they can, so that means that mermaids do get onto this pass tile, which is disgusting. Yes, this doesn't look good for us, I have to say. It does look like we were... So what happened here? I think that losing the worker... Like, I think that we were probably supposed to just start on the 2 workers instead of the spade. Starting on the spade was a little too cutesy, I think. Oh, mermaids still have another town coming in as well. I forgot. Yeah, they want to take these 2 hexes or something. I'll take C5, but... They want to drop their landscape as well. This is at least a little interesting of a decision for them because I think that they really wanted to. This is not what mermaids wanted. They wanted to land on this tile because they don't have either of their bigs built. Engineers probably are also seeing that Fire 3 is an interesting play. But I think that I kind of have to take the Hex first if I want the Hex. And then if I don't get Fire 3, I take Water 1. Air 3? No. Mermaids can definitely respond to Air 3. Is anyone taking Fire 3 their first action? Who knows? Yeah, this is a sick Engineers game. Why did I stop bidding Engineers again? I'm just stupid. I'm just very stupid. Yeah, Water 1's a good backup. As for the town, I can just take a Priest Town. 11 pointer, like, none of these is a bad town. Even the Coin Town is not too bad. If I actually think that I can get both of these flights off, then the Coin Town is actually quite a good town for me as well. So spade goes here, spade goes here. One went, oh, okay, one went here so that they can ship. So engineers don't have that many structures built, but they will be able to easily get out 5 dwellings. So they'll be down to 3. Mermaids will be down to 2 probably. Let's just take this X. Yeah, I kind of think that the Coin Town is the way to go. If I just need a 2 for 1 here. 2 for 1 should be enough. All right, so I think that we're, ooh, I definitely want that leech. All right, let's grab this. Take that, and we'll take, oh, okay, so I only have enough stuff to fly once. I only have the workers to fly once and build once. Fine. In that case, probably the 11 pointer is just best, right? Make a TP, and then I get coins through sending a priest here. Priest is not too bad either. I can just send 2 priests to fire if I feel the heat there. All right. I can now fly and blow up this gray hex. Now engineers should be able to blow right through that. They should be able to just not worry too much about losing this gray, but I still got to try, I think. Actually, there is a case that I was supposed to take the Power Town. Power Town lets me fly an extra time and turn this guy to red or something. Yeah, I think I was actually supposed to take the Power Town. Gets me an extra flight. And the extra flight is actually the most valuable thing that I could have right now. And it looks like these 2 guys are still going to get a 9-pointer and 11-pointer, so I didn't really take much away from people. Bummer. Yeah, so maybe that 3 for 2 is incorrect. I was supposed to just take a priest. With Power Town, I would have only had 3 priests, and I can already make 3 flights now. I think I could... No, I can't. I can't make 3 flights now. Because I don't have a dwelling to build. I need to build a TP and then fly. I mean, the good thing about what I do have is that I can close some, like, I can use this to defend my cults, right? All the fire cult stuff is gone, so 1 more priest to fire should be able to help a lot. And then, yeah, I don't know if it's, yeah, halflings have too many priests. They might be using those on the fire cult, so maybe just sending 2 priests to fire is not so bad. Myoblast is just advancing digs to make his last town. That's a good way to make points as well. So that's 6 more points from advancing digs, 105. 4 more points from the dwelling, 109. And then the 11-point town is 120. And then, oh wow, he skipped this. That's really interesting. 120 plus like maybe a resource point or 2, 122. 122 plus an outright network win is 140. 140 plus, say that they get 16 points, 156-ish. I'm probably going to tie for second on network with engineers. Yeah, engineers are going to have a hard time building like that many more structures, so they're probably going to get out these 2 dwellings. But engineers have killed the game, so, but the point is that I have 9 on my network. Yeah, it's not enough to beat mermaids, I think. Wait a second. What if we do this? Now we might be able to fly. If engineers don't dig this... well, engineers are very incentivized to dig this hex now, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I was so paranoid about losing all these yellows, and then in the end, I wound up not like being able to get them just fine. So that was wrong. Also, wow, halflings, they need this. Is this town happening for halflings? They have no more dwellings on their board, or they have no more TPs on their board. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 workers, and then temple for they can't temple for fire too. They can stronghold. Stronghold does get them the town, so that's probably what they'll do here. They'll probably stronghold, and then build 2 dwellings, and then take the workers' town and build 2 more dwellings. Right? No, they just okay. So they'll stronghold driller. So that's 3 points, 125. Take the workers' town, 120, 132. 2 more dwellings, 136, and then they'll pass with 6 dwellings on the board, 142. They'll get no network points, but then they'll get probably like 1, maybe 0. 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like 154. Did that math make any sense? 154-ish. Yeah, engineers are not going to miss out on this. They're going to take the spade. They played a very sharp game, I think. That is surprising. That is not the place where I would have dug as engineers. I would have dug this hex. Like you... Oh, mermaids have advanced digs. That's why this is no longer useful to them. Okay, so maybe I'm beating NGs on network? Because, yeah, they shouldn't be able to make another town then. This will be a priest town from mermaids, presumably, so that they can protect the air cult. Okay, what do we want to do here? Well, at this point, there's no reason to be coy about just flying here and securing our points. Who has the stuff to fight us right now? I don't think that anyone has the stuff to fight us on this cult. I think that engineers are too incentivized to do this. I mean, I guess they could temple for fire 1. That would be so lame of them to do. I don't think that they'll do that. Temple fire 1. Like, giving up this priest is just straight up losing a victory point, which I'm not a huge fan of. Mermaids want to... Okay, mermaids want to advance ship. No, they can't advance ship and build that. They have a cult bump and a priest to send off to cults, so these 2 cults are both tight. I just hope that they don't go to the fire cult. If NGs send 2 priests to fire, then they're locked out of making this town. That can't be the best move for them. What they can do is bridge, take a workers' town, and then temple for fire 1. and send priest to fire. That's a lot of work. They probably just prefer to lock up, take air 1, or take this instead. What is this? This does not look good. Oh, okay. Okay. So halflings gave up on their town. That seems bad. They do take the workers' town, which again makes me feel uneasy. Do they have a way to build another structure? Like, I mean, engineers have beaten me by a lot, like regardless of whether or not they're able to hit the structure. Do I just give up a victory point tossing it to this cult as well? I think I do. Mermaids could just feel spicy enough to cult bump temple fire 1 and then send priest to this cult. I mean, I suppose I just hold that off if I just do this. Oh, okay. Engineers didn't do this because they didn't have 3 shipping. So, you think I'm 3rd ahead of halflings? I think that seems pretty reasonable. I have 12 points on them for... Yeah, I have 12 points versus halflings here, so that seems pretty good. NGs have got all 3 of their stuff. Like, they can't build an don't have another gray hex. So they just want to temple and TP. Temple, I mean, air 1 has to be better. Air 1 is definitely better for NGs. Oh, wait, never mind, afford this now, so we're good. Yeah. So we lock up fire and we pass. So we have 2 points here. So that's 123. Network is 135, and then this is 147. 147's not awful. Yeah, these guys are in the 150s, as we said. And I think that it's probably ahead of halflings. Halflings are going to have 1 resource point, 124, and then build 2 more dwellings, 128. They'll pass for 7, 135, 143, 147. Actually, I think halflings tie us. Yeah. If I did my math right, then halflings actually tie us. Yeah, 147. It's rough. Tied for 4th. The whole color neighbors thing was well, no, it's not just the color neighbors thing, right? Like, I think that halflings taking our 2 workers and us not adjusting correctly was what cost us there. We were probably fine before that. Also, getting locked out of, like, mermaids taking the single dig in round 2 was actually killer for us. We were really counting on, like, we took the 2 workers because we were counting on being able to fly and do some, like, interesting stuff. We also took a 3 for 2 that we didn't have to in this final round. That was pretty killer as well, I think. Maybe we should have gambled on the power town, just being able to build another thing, but... And this 9-point town, I'm pretty sure we could have... So I guess the real thing is that this 9-point town maybe was wrong, because we could have made 2 TPs and flown twice if we hadn't blown our power on this double dig. We had this, and so we were a little short on workers, but maybe if we take the workers action and then we build... Well, I mean, this five is good. So this was really like a 17-point line versus maybe tying network. Oh wait, I did tie network. Mermaids didn't get another structure. So okay, so that's pretty nice. Okay, so we are ahead of halflings then. Okay, so that's nice. Yeah, NG's won by a mile. And mermaids, what do they take? They did just take air one. Okay. Okay, so we're at like 150 then. 15 plus 12, yeah, 150. Mermaids are 3 points fewer than what I gave them credit for, so they're passing. They have one resource point, 123. Network is 138. No, they still have enough. Yeah. 146, 150, 154, 159. Or, sorry, this is 3. 158. What's going on here? Come on, buddy. We believe in you. This should be a ship advance. They're considering setting to fire, but I think engineers just have mermaids beat anyway. Like they're passing for, they're about to make a TP 38. They're for 47, 150. Oh, they never built their stronghold. 150, 156. Yeah, they're in the like 170s. So, but they do send priest to fire instead. So, I mean, I'm fine with that. That's good by. Maybe this is just Temple Air 1 to end things. They have 3 points here. So 121. I just don't see what else they can do that's good now. Wow. Halflings, that can't be right, sending this priest. Like, that's 2 points that they gave up for 1 point. Or I mean that was like a trade of 1 point, and I think that can't be right. Building the dwelling has to be better because it comes with a point here as well. Even if you're not getting network and you don't have Earth 1, like this point plus this point. I'm fine with my opponents making mistakes. Yeah, they didn't even get a resource point better, so that was 3 points worse than. We have a spammer. How do we delete this? Well, whatever. We'll just leave it be. Yeah, so NGs did hit 170, and we're not that far from mermaids, but clearly our overemphasis of digs and handing everyone else all those coins actions, and really like engineers getting the 2 workers and not having a color neighbor, I think that we just underestimated that in general. I think that I had the right read of it when I was bidding them much more heavily at the beginning, but I kind of lost the thread, and yeah, I was correct to bid on them at first. I should have stuck to it, but we didn't, and that's what happened. Over here, yeah, we just keep bleeding. Keep bleeding. Yeah, this was pretty rough playing time wise. Real quick here, this was probably, I think I mentioned this at some point, that our lack of VP due to bonus cards was looking like our weakest point in our game. We got good points here, good points here. Nice game. Yeah, you too. You too. Congratulations on the win. It was a really good game. I think that I was supposed to probably just take the 2 workers. I think I was supposed to stop trying to force the temple where it wasn't. Like, fakirs getting all that leech was really good, but me blowing all that leech was bad. I was supposed to just take the 2 workers, build 2 temples, and then pass, and then double spade next round, and then I was good. But I made, yeah, I definitely made mistakes, and I paid for them, so that's how the game went. Yeah, you also thought that I should have taken workers? I think that you're right. I think that I just, like, I got too attached to the dream that I would get the workers action, but, like, that was just a mistake. I blew, like, a good position from the beginning, and that's what I did wrong. We paid a lot of points for leech. I think that we could have paid, like, several fewer points for leech in rounds 5 and 6, and maybe that would have been enough, because we actually scored about as many points as mermaids, and we started with better victory points. We just paid so much in leech, so... You were spade block for all 3 rounds. Yeah, but you got the hexes that you needed. And that's what really mattered in the end, right? You got all the hexes you needed. I mean, I guess you wound up not winning network. But yeah. I mean, you managed to do very well. Like, the thing about engineers is you can just... As long as the leech keeps flowing, and I kept giving you leech, and you kept upgrading, like, at the right times... Yeah, no double spades as engineers and still winning. Yeah, I mean, it worked out so well, though, right? You got 3 towns. I actually thought that, and I mentioned this in the stream, that you made like, I wouldn't have done what you did. I don't think I would have taken Fire 2. I think I would have strongholded, and that stronghold would have been worth a lot of points. I would have gone for both the stronghold and the sanctuary that round to get 2 towns. And then you pass for more here. Take Air 1 with your sanctuary. And then I think that actually probably gives more points in the end. But hey, I mean, like, obviously it worked out for you. So congrats. I think I'm headed off for now. Thanks for the game. And thanks everyone for watching and chatting. See you next time.